Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Hip Hop Babies.
Yes, sir, ski.
We back. We about to get into this Sugar Honey Iced Tea by Miss Latto. Crazy album, bro. First of all, I just want to say, I have not listened to an album from her before. I don't know if she was doing albums up until this point. I really just kind of knew her as like an internet personality, just like people who just gravitate towards her for. I can't put my finger on it. I really, to this point, have been kind of mystified by her success. Yeah.
It's like that?
Yeah, we're going to get into it.
This is our first Lotto review, and this is how you get into it. No, I feel you, though, because I remember when I was, this is way back, right? Years ago when she dropped 777. And I was like, yo, like maybe we could talk about it because, people were talking about it. And it had some tracks. And that was the first album by her that I listened to, 777. It was all right. Unlike you, I could kind of see the appeal, but it doesn't mean that I vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it doesn't come off as the most authentic. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
if you were just looking for some catchy tracks, that's what that was. And I think she improved on this one. I mean, is it great? No, but she improved. This is better than 777.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I had a couple of tracks from it, and then also I had seen her live in Vegas back in...
Oh, really?
Around when she dropped that, I think. Yeah, I saw her live. Yeah. You want me to tell you what the performance was? Because it wasn't a whole lot of singing, bro. It wasn't a whole lot of rapping. Nah.
It wasn't? What was it?
She was using like a hypnosis type spell, bro. And, the crowd was just entranced. It wasn't because of the flow, bro. We know why she has this platform now. Now we have to establish that. And I just feel like I like vulgar or like, out of pocket or like really expressive music, but there's got to be something to it, bro, because it's not funny to me. First off, like the whole thing about how like, she making him drink her piss or whatever because she's squirting on him. I don't necessarily think it's funny. I think it's like kind of gross. It just doesn't come off as like she's joking. It comes off as she's like being like for real or like she's like really trying to be nasty or something. Maybe that's like some girl's hype music. Like she gets hyped to that like before she goes, tears up the town, she be slapping that, she be slapping, which one was that? It was Shrimp and Grits, Maybe in some world, man. But the person who does like that kind of stuff the best to me would be like Side Baby. Side Baby, you just be saying out of pocket, like sex bars, but like he does it where it's like really funny. So it's okay, and it's not just nasty for the sake of being nasty. But I do think that Lotto has a problem a little bit with just saying stuff that nobody wants to hear. I don't think she's being creative enough with the bars. I think like the bars are just like, she's just saying stuff for the shock value. And it's not like for like the artistic like expression. So
okay.
It comes off as something like you said earlier, a little bit inauthentic, a little bit, so. Just to me.
Yeah, people say that online, her image. She puts on certain things really thick. I agree, but I will say that, and I do think sometimes people are a little harsh when it comes to women rappers. They say that, they rap about the same things. And you and I, though, we call rappers out no matter what if they're repetitive or, we feel like they're not, reaching the potential that they can reach. So it's not a matter of that. But I think with her, it's a matter of when I feel like Lotto is at her best is when she's making a hit. And she's being aggressive. I mean, even though some people say, it's not real or she's just talking, I feel like when she's flowing in a way where she's talking down or like talking shit to someone, like some of the bars on here where she's maybe talking about Ice Spice or another rapper that is, not happy with her, right? And she's like talking stuff like, you can't beat me, you'll never see me, your man want me and stuff. I think she does that well sometimes. It's just about how much she does it. And this album got a little long, right? So for me, it was like, okay, you're getting kind of repetitive. I will say she knows how to flow in different ways, or she tries to do more lovey-dovey songs. Now, those didn't really hit for me a lot of the time. The one with Coco Jones and Mariah were okay. I like the Coco one a little more. But like when she tries to do the singing, or you know, when her and the singer's vibe don't necessarily match, like the one with Sierra, I don't mess with those really. But like, I see why if I was looking for this type of music, you know, you might put this on and just say whatever, you know, blick some. Like it's in my head. Especially, you know, when I heard the leaked Cardi verse, you know, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be crazy. And it came out without it, but she didn't need it. I thought Blick something was solid. Big Mama, I'm not slapping that, but you know, it's on TikTok. It's catchy. Yeah, the Family Matters breakdown. Shout out to Coop on the beat.
I think that's something that you had said that you had said really like clicked it, is that she is sounding like, you know, somebody who wants to make a hit, you know, and is not necessarily making music that she wants to make, or making music that she resonates with. Because when she comes off in media, like interviews, or like she like talking on like a post or something, she sounds like a very like down to earth, intelligent person. Like I 100%, you know, she has some like opinions about Ice Spice or whatever, and you know, she was saying like very nice things about her when she didn't have to. She really didn't have to. Every time she pops up in a video or something, everybody likes her. She has obvious industry connections, like people like her. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but it definitely feels like this like identity crisis where she doesn't know exactly what she wants to talk about, and it leads to like just awkward moments where I'm just listening to it and I'm like, do you really even believe the things that you're saying? You have a flow, you have a voice, the accent, you know, works really well. You know, I think that she should definitely continue to play into that, and it just like gives her that rapper voice, and she has those pockets that she gets into when she's like rapping aggressively, like you said, where she can do that like talk down type stuff. But like you can't do that if you're not putting in the work as an artist and like really like doing some shit that's like spreading knowledge, or you know, like really coming after somebody, because I don't feel like she does either one of those things. She's not like really like fully diving into nothing. It's kind of just like she's in this space where, you know, sex sells, so she's gonna do it. But is that really what she's all about? I don't really think so. But that's kind of like the filler stuff that she puts into there. So sometimes we get like moments about like her heritage, or we get moments like a shout out to me at the end where she, you know, she's celebrating herself. She having like this little like Drake-esque moment where she has like the whiny voice sample, and she's just kind of talking, and, you know, and or she's just having moments where she is talking shit, and then I just feel like I get like thrown off by like one random ass lyric. Like she just started off the track sounding like she's just saying some shit, and it's not funny, it's weird, or it's like a disgusting bar, and I'm like, bro, you just lost me, bro. Like the intent, the vibe, it's not consistent. It's not consistent throughout. And like you said, it's 17 tracks without the bonuses, almost like what, 50 minutes. Like that's long. That's a long time to keep somebody's attention. And it's filled in with a lot of filler bars, filler songs, features that some of them work, some of them aren't the best. Megan Thee Stallion was a layup. Of course, let's get Megan. Yeah, of course, let's get Megan on here. You know, that's gonna work. Of course, let's get Tizo Touchdown on here. That nigga is oregano nowadays. Let's just throw him on anything. From what it looks like whoever is backing her and her like management and stuff, they can push an image. I don't know if it's her image. I don't know if it's what she needs to be as an artist for her to click with me. I understand that, you know, I am not always the target audience, but man, like I can listen to something that's not for me, and I can recognize, you know, like certain aspects that will make it better or worse. Latto, you got to give me something. You got to give me something. The beats and the sound, they kind of work for you at times. I liked Brokey. I think that was probably like the best her track on there.
Yeah, Brokey was tight.
It definitely felt like a TikTok song, and I Billy knew it when it came on.
Brokey.
So I kind of knew the spaciousness of the beat, and just like how it worked with her voice. I felt like it was like really good. Also with like shrimp and grits, I felt like that also was like the beat really helped, and then like the feature, you know, you get Young Nudie on there. Okay, now we setting a vibe. Now we know like kind of where we're at. But it's just so night and day and different than like some of the other tracks on here, like you were saying with the Sierra feature on Good to You and stuff, like, or Ear Candy with Coco Jones. I don't really know about her life at all. Like it feels like she could be like two different people, you know. Sometimes she's just out here being, you know, FREE, you know, whatever she is, and then the other time she's like laid up and loving a man, and
the next night she's on the streets about to make someone do some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's not consistent. There's something missing. And I think when she puts that together, it'll connect with me more. It sounds like I'm getting a little bit more enjoyment out of this than you were. But even with me, I'm kind of agreeing with you because it's like Shrimp and Grits work. Honcho didn't work. Copper Cove, to me, I didn't mess with that one. Soft Latto tracks aren't for me. And then she had Honcho with the auto-tune. Mumbling kind of, that's a skip for me. And it's like, that's example of it working once, and the other time you're just throwing something at the wall and hoping it sticks. So I think when she figures out how to make better songs more consistently, because the flow and the beats are the stars on this album to me. You know, a lot of times it's the beat that's like, okay, or like her flow. And then, you know, every once in a while she'll say a lyric that's, you know, catches my ear. It's like, oh, that was kind of hard. I thought on H&M, Bitch You a Bird, I Ain't Messing with No Featherweight. That was cool. Like, she has moments like that where it's like, you know, you have like a punchline or something. And it's like, okay, so obviously she could rap, she could put bars together. I think Latto is one of the better rappers when it comes to mainstream women rappers. She could switch it up enough to where it's like, okay, you at least grab my attention. Now, can you hold it? That's debatable, right? But she can at least be like, okay, like, I see what you were going for. Now, I don't know if she needs to work with different artists sometimes. You know, I don't know if it's going to just come from being more authentic, because there is some level of like, I don't know if you really about what you rapping about sometimes. But if she can dial it in and put it all together, I think she could make a cool project. I think there's some potential here. This isn't all like, oh man, this is bad. There's something here. I think she maybe needs to find her lane a little more.
What story is she trying to tell?
Yeah,
You know?
like do something that makes her stick out more. Because right now she kind of blends in, but she does stick out sometimes. I think if she sticks out more consistently, she could be one of the next bigger things in this lane.
Just like outside of like rap, right? We're going to look at like her counterpart. Playing into things that people latch onto about your persona is like a really big thing. And I just don't see the things to latch onto for Latto. That's really where Latto has tumbled, is just knowing what you're going for, your audience, what your audience likes, playing into that, and just running with it, just being yourself.
I think that we were saying something's missing. We were saying authenticity, stuff like that. But sometimes it's about being relatable. I mean, I know as a man, it's going to be hard for me to relate to some of this anyway. Sometimes it feels like with Latto, she's doing that to sell. She's doing it to appeal to a certain, maybe the ATL demographic. You know, she really is pushing for ATL, it seems like. And that's fine. But is ATL really pushing for you like that? I think they are sometimes, but I think sometimes they call her out. I think she's going to have to maybe find a way to make it to where it's bigger than ATL, or it's like you got your own thing. It's not like just the ATL image. Yeah, I ain't hating on this though. I'm not hating. I knew not every song was going to be for me, but I thought she would improve more because she's been getting hyped up to a certain degree. She's collab with like a bunch of different people at this point.
She working with like the top of the line.
She has the industry support, so let's see what she does with it, because I do see potential to grow.
I think that making like feel good music or like bad bitch music or whatever, you know, like category she's trying to fall into, it's just a lot more effortless than what this music is. It just connects. It's feel good music, you know. There are lines for being explicit and ways you can go about being explicit and being, you know, charismatic with it. I feel like we should really talk about our favorite tracks on here because, you know, some positivity, bro.
Yeah, you want to go first or you want me to?
I'll go first, man.
All right. Yeah, go.
Number 1, man, I got Brokey. After that, I got Squeeze with Megan Thee Stallion. Great guest verse. We didn't get to talk about the last Megan album, but I felt like she did pretty good on this track. I think that Megan is a great feature artist and that she's still trying to find out how to put it together in an album form, despite her, great marketability and relatability. I think that she's still putting it together too. So it's nice to see both of them on the same track together, growing together. It's the journey. And then lastly, I got Shrimp and Grits, and it's purely because Young Nudi's on there. I have no shame whatsoever. I've been starving for a Young Nudie album. Shrimp and Grits was pretty decent. I wasn't looking at like who was like featured or anything when I did my first listen, so I kind of got surprised. But then I was like, you know what? They kind of work pretty well together. It's not a bad pairing. Yeah, what's your top 3, bro?
My 3. So my first one is Blick Some. I thought that was a cool track, a hard hitting track. My second one was Shout Out to Me, the closer. Even though she was doing the Drake flow and stuff, I thought she was spitting. I was like, okay, like this is how you closing off the album. This was cool, Maybe I would want her to be more adventurous and try something, more her style. But she was doing her thing on there. And then 3, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to go Shrimp and Grits. I got moments and I did get improvement from 777. Even though 777 was, and some people like that album, I thought it was okay. I thought this was an improvement as far as like sequencing and her putting songs together. So,
all right, man. Thank y'all so much for watching this episode. It was a slog. I won't lie. Latto, thank you for giving us something to talk about. Regardless of my opinion on it, I enjoy the conversations that we have on this channel. I enjoy being able to experience albums for the first time, good or bad. You may come up at some point. You could. And we will be there to celebrate it because we're not haters. Despite, what you may think after this video. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Comment. If you really like this album and you don't agree with me, please comment. Please tell me, man. I want to know. I want to know how everybody else is feeling about this. Am I coming off, a little snarky? I want to know, man. Just subscribe. We're trying to hit 200. And I'm going to let Ray take it away.
Yeah, man. Latto. Hey.
Hey.
I ain't hating on this one, man. I did come off maybe negative on some points, but I think that there is room for improvement. And I do think you have a fan base or, core group of people that are willing to check what you got going on and watch you improve. So just keep doing it. Because this was an improvement. I thought you would improve more, but it was an improvement. To everybody watching, thank you. Shout out to you. With that being said, peace.
Peace.